Shalom, don't know if you can hear me or not, but I was just going to do a short live because we've had a lot of storms and I just don't feel good. But I wanted to read and I tried getting out of it, but the Father told me to do it. So, I think I got good Wi-Fi, I don't know. Just looking for where I saved a page. Shalom, what's up, y'all? So I'm going to be reading out of 1 Timothy 5:8. And if anyone does not provide for his own, and especially for those of his household, he has denied the belief and is worse than an unbeliever. And then Second Timothy 7. For Elohim has not given us a spirit of cowardice, but of power and love and of self-control. So do not be ashamed of the witness of our master, nor of me, his prisoner, but suffer hardships with me for the good news according to the power of Elohim. I don't know, I don't see the chat thing. But anyway, I'm sure I lost a lot of people because I was reading, right? So do not be ashamed of the witness of your master, nor of me, his prisoner, but suffer hardship with me for the good news according to the power of Elohim, who has saved us and called us with a set-apart calling, not according to our works, but according to his own purpose and favor, which was given to us in the Messiah Yeshua before times of old. But now but now revealed by the appearing of our Savior, Yeshua Messiah, who indeed abolished death and brought life and incorruptible, you know what I'm saying, to the light for the good news, for which I was appointed a proclaimer and an emissary and a teacher of the nations. For this, I keep hearing a beeping, I don't know. For this reason I also suffer these matters, but I am not ashamed, for I know who I have believed and persuaded that he is able to watch over which I have entrusted him with today. Hold the pattern of sounds, words with you have heard me, and belief and love which are in the Messiah Yeshua. And then going over to 2 Timothy 2. You then, my son, be strong in the favor that is in Messiah Yeshua, and what you have heard from me among many witnesses, and trust these to trustworthy men who shall be contempt to teach others as well. Suffer hardship with us as a good soldier of Yeshua Messiah. No one serving as a soldier gets involved in the affairs of this life in order to please only him who enlisted him as a soldier. And if anyone competes in the game, he is not crowned unless he competes according to the rules. The hard-working farmer ought to be first to receive his share of the crops. Think over what I say, for the master shall give you understanding into all this. Remember that Yeshua Messiah of the seed of David was raised from the dead according to the good news, for which I suffer hardship as a criminal unto chains, but the word of Elohim not chained. So I endure through all of it for the sake of the chosen, so that they too obtain deliverance, which is in Messiah Yeshua. Okay, well, I don't know what you're talking about, but what do you mean? I got cake. And then, Second Timothy 4, chapter 4, number 1. Okay. In the sight of Elohim and Master Yeshua Messiah, who shall judge the living and the dead at his appearing and his reign, I earnestly charge you, proclaim the word, be urgent in the season. Why did I leave Christianity? Okay. It's not that I left Christianity. Light my it's not that I left Christianity. What it is, you know, the scriptures that say, seek and you will find, knock and it shall be opened unto you. That's kind of what I did. Like, I got saved December 8th, 2000. And, I was a Christian all those years, so I went to many churches, and there were some things that they just couldn't answer, like how they got 3 days out of Yeshua or Jesus when he was resurrected on the tree, because from Friday to Sunday is in 3 days. So if you were to count an actual day, it's from sundown to sunup, sundown to sundown, right? So those were questions I have, and like, why is there an Easter bunny? Why are we doing Easter when it's a pagan holiday? It's about, I hate saying it because people freak out, but it's literally about Nimrod and Esther and the sun goddess Esther and the fertility goddess and aborted babies that they were dipping the eggs in and a bunch of horrific crap that we shouldn't be doing. And then, like Christmas, like, why are we putting a Nimrod tree that represents his penis, and the decorations represent like the babies that they were killing on the set apart people, the moms, and making them hang him on there, and then, you know, Moloch and all the stuff. You can read it and look into it, but I'm telling you it's true. So anyway, there was too many factors that they wouldn't talk about. They would tell you about the good news and the once saved, always saved, and the riding on grace, but they never truly explained the questions I had after 20-something years. So I came to Torah in 2020, and apparently so did a whole bunch of people. It was like we woke up from the regular church of Christianity. Like I never renounced Jesus. I just call him by his name, Yeshua, because I know it. I don't use the word God anymore because of Gog and Magog, and if you look that up, it's kind of like saying Baal. Like, I'm not going to do that, so I call him Yahweh. That's actually his real name, and if you go into the Alepto Codex, which are actually kind of being held hostage in the Vatican, like, again, there's a lot of... let's put it this way, I have a best friend who... her baby had a horrible disease that made its head grow like really large, and it wasn't going to make it when it was born. So her doctor terminated the pregnancy, and the Catholic Church that she was in told her how she was going to hell and all these things. So she just, I mean, she used to pray over every meal to where I felt bad, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't understand at the time. And I watched it basically put her on a path that changed her whole life, and it breaks my heart. So that's why I don't claim Christianity anymore. Also, I have a brother, not a blood brother, but a brother in the set apart church, or the whatever you want to call it, who was being molested by people in Kenneth Copeland's church. And also his mom still attends there, and they literally have meetings that they decide how they can get money by using scriptures. So a lot of Christian churches, they will preach on things that make you feel good, make you happy, the worship. Some of them feel like a bar, you know what I mean? But I think they've taken a lot of stuff out of the actual scriptures, you know what I mean? Like, the only difference now is I follow Torah, like I follow some of the commands. Like, I can't follow all 613 because I'm a woman, and it's not all for a woman. It's like 200 and something, and then for men it's about the same. And then the rest are for Levitical priests, so I can't do all that. I'm not a priest and all this stuff. But yeah, that's why. Also, if you know me in real life, not just on here, you know that I'm pretty anti-pedophile, and a lot of Christian churches are worried about how many seats are filled every week, and that they can be changed, but I'm telling you, a pedophile can never be changed. It'll be something that's in their heart, it's a heart condition in their mind, and they'll never stop. So there's predators in these churches, and nobody seems to care. Like, they're like, well, it's just Fred, we all knew he was off. No, I don't care, I'm not good with all that stuff. So there's other reasons too. I don't believe that we should fill numbers, and I don't believe tithes and offerings are meant for a pastor alone. I think it was meant for the orphan and the widow. I don't read Greek. Um, I know a lot of people, including some that are set apart, will read the Hebrew and Greek. I just don't anymore because the night and day differences. So you are right. I believe that Yeshua spoke Hebrew and Aramaic. I think that the Ethiopian Bible has a lot of knowledge in it. I personally read from the scriptures, the ISR, because most of it's based off of the Alepto Codex and the Lingard Codex, if you're familiar with that. Um, it's my preference, but I will check up what you're asking me to look up. I can't do it right now, but I will. And so I believe that too. Sometimes when things get transferred into English, there's still like a Greek or Latin influence on it. Even the modern Hebrew, if you will, that they use in Israel, there's still some words that have changed when you transfer to English, like the Hebrew book of Matthew, if you're familiar with that. Okay, I was like, what do you mean? I've read it, you know. But, so there's a book called the Hebrew book of Matthew, and I don't like some of it because it was transferred or translated into English, but basically Matthew is the oldest transcript that was also in my daughter came out, hold on, the Dead Sea Scrolls, so it lines